Hey team. Okay, even if you're falling apart right now, you're still coming together. Walk with me. Pause. You are unraveling. You are being forced to hit the reset button. The universe is forcing your hand on the reset button, on the big red button, against your will, right? We are we are well ahead, wading into the waters of eclipse season. Do you know what I mean? We are transitioning from Pisces season to Aries season, right? We are headed towards the spring equinox, which marks the beginning of Aries season, which marks the beginning of the astrological new year, okay? Not only that, but Venus is obviously retrograde in Aries. Mercury is in Aries, preparing to retrograde, to station retrograde on March 15th. This is actually also, because we're in eclipse season, we're about a week away until the lunar eclipse in Virgo, okay? This is going to be the first eclipse that we've had in Virgo since 2015. And this eclipse in Virgo is a lunar eclipse, right? It's a south node eclipse. It's going to be a full moon, right? It's a full moon magnified. That is what a lunar eclipse is. It is going to be introducing us to the energies of the nodal axis shift. So we currently have the north node in Pisces. We have the south node in Virgo. We haven't had this since literally, like I said, 10 years ago. This eclipse is going to be giving us a glimpse into the next 18 months of the nodes spending time in the sign of Pisces in Virgo. The planets are playing tug of war right now between Aries and Pisces, okay? With that being said, Pisces is the vastness. It's the vastness of space. It's the ocean of consciousness. It's the ocean of infinite abundance. Aries is the spark that realizes its consciousness, that realizes itself and separates from the collective, right? Separates from everything and becomes itself. You are becoming yourself again and again and again in this process. This is what this eclipse season is forcing you to do. It is forcing you to tune into almost that sense of this immortality, right? Becoming yourself again and again. That takes real strength. It takes real courage. It takes fearlessness. It's very much giving survival of the fittest out here. All right. This eclipse season is a survivor episode because what we are seeing with this eclipse season, obviously eclipses are portals, right? We go into it and we come out the other end and we come out completely differently, right? It's very much a feeling of falling upwards, right? Now, this eclipse is happening in Virgo a week from now, is going to be happening at the 23rd degree of Virgo. Virgos, stand the fuck up. The next 18 months are going to be really interesting for you. You're going to be taking on some of the things that the Libras have been going through for the past year and a half, right? So the torch is kind of being passed from Libra to Virgo. Virgo, it's time to familiarize yourself with a feeling of being almost pulled backwards, and you're having to kind of familiarize yourself with things that are outside of your comfort zone, Virgo. So Virgo, it's not very comfortable for you to not have the answers. It's not very comfortable for you to not feel in control. It's not very comfortable for you to not feel productive, right? And so these things are going to be called into question for over the course of the next 18 months, and specifically in your Virgo and Pisces houses, right? This is going to be relevant when we have eclipses. For right now, at the end of this month, we actually have a solar eclipse in Aries. So again, the Aries part of this story of This eclipse season is again very relevant, but the North Node is still in Pisces at this time. We're still going to have Saturn in Pisces this month. We're going to have Neptune in the last degree of Pisces until Neptune enters Aries historically at the very end of this month. Big thing to remember about this energy for this first eclipse in Virgo is do not get lost in the sauce. Do not lose the fucking plot, right? Remember who the fuck you are. Remember why you are here. Let's go back to the beginning, okay? Let's rewind it back and remember why I said I wanted to be doing what I'm doing now. Okay? Remember the mission statement. Think about in Devil Wears Prada when Andy starts her job working for Miranda and she says shit like, I don't really care about this type of stuff, like whatever. And then all of a sudden, she tries on one pair of Manolos and she's trying to be a glamazon. Right? She lost the plot of the movie, even though she looked fabulous. Devil Wears Prada is an example of when you allow your desires to take the wheel. When you allow your ambition to completely blind you. You don't even know yourself at that point. Aries is about not only knowing yourself. Aries energy is about letting go of who you were supposed to be or who you could have been. Letting go of grieving the past, right? And stepping into who you are coming to be, right? With this eclipse, it's going to feel like a battle. Expect challenges. Right now, this month, it's going to feel like you are not being unraveled. All right? What you resist is what will remain. So be very careful. Make those choices, make those decisions. Aries is the flame of purification. It engulfs you and takes away what is going to hold you back. Pisces is like being baptized or being christened, right? It's like being completely forgiven for all of your sins, okay? Aries is when you make the conscious decision to be reborn. When a flower bears fruit, first it must die. Stop yearning what could have happened, what you should have done. Stop yearning the mistakes of the past versions of you. Remember that every decision you make, all of those results, all the consequences of that are actually being played out technically and all the timelines. So just focus on what's happening right now and presently. Let go of a preordained fate. Take the reins of chaos and do not allow the river of fate, right? Because you want to flow with the river of fate, obviously, but you don't want it to drown you. You don't allow it to drown you. You don't allow the will of others to overpower your own will. In touch this eclipse season with what pisses you off. Don't run away from it, okay? Don't be passive. People are feeling defensive right now. We still have Mars in Cancer until April. We have Venus retrograde until April 12th. We're going to have Mercury retrograde throughout this eclipse season. People are going to be defensive. People are going to be feeling frustration. Frustration is your sign that you are unaligned. It is trying to teach you something. Pay attention. Defy the laws of your own limitations. Will you be subdued into submission or will you rise above victorious? Wherever you are feeling like it is a battle that you are fighting is actually where you need to put your weapons down. With the energy this month, expect curveballs, right? Expect to be seeing some obstacles, right? I promise you this will all be straightened out come June. June 9th, the day Jupiter enters Cancer, is going to be a national holiday as far as I'm concerned. No one go to work because we deserve to celebrate. Because it's going to be feeling so fucking good to be past all of this bullshit. I love you. Stick around for more. Bye, love.